got the bottle under her arm, and I'm trying to find my zipper. The zipper was underneath my belt. Like this. So ready? I'm like, next minute. Psst.
Wow.
The return.
Yeah, I reckon you just spooked everyone listening there on the Spotify. If you're watching on the YouTube, you've seen Thunder God returns.
Yeah.
A lot earlier than we anticipated.
Yes.
Flies.
11
man.
weeks really flew.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, we'll just keep it. You don't have to obviously say.
We'll keep it brief.
You had a family emergency. We'll keep it at that.
Yeah.
Right. You had a family emergency, which you needed your guys' attention back home.
Yep.
Fuck. Walk us through it, bro. Where the hell were you?
So we ended up getting through all of the UK. So we went to London, spent time in London. We went to Bath, which was so funny. Scud didn't know Bath existed before this trip. Neither did I. So when I said I went to Bath, he's like, what do you mean, what Bath? And then I was like, he thought I literally went to a Bath.
Yeah.
But we went to Bath, which is also in England. And then we went to Scotland, and then we went to Ireland, and then we got this family emergency call in Ireland, and it was almost at the back end of Ireland, so we did Ireland and stuff. But we got a few calls, and then the last call, we kind of just had to rush back home and then just get the next flight. Unfortunately, we're not going back anytime soon. It'll probably be this time next year, roughly. We'll just finish off the trip. But yeah, man, it was definitely a whirlwind of the last 4 or 5 weeks, man. Just going from being like on sky high, just the start of the trip, that feeling when you're like, fuck it, you got all the leave approved by work and everything, and then shit like this happens, man. But I mean, some people just say, oh, this shit happens for a reason, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know if that's things that people tell themselves to make themselves feel better, or life is just a bunch of random occurrences, and you just got to kind of deal with the hand you dealt. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've been very lucky, me and Tori, with the life we've lived so far together. A lot of traveling done. We're blessed, right? Like you see a lot of homeless people on the street. You see people that, I've seen a guy picking through the scrap looking for 10-cent recyclable cans in the bin, and I'm just like feeling sorry for myself. We're at a cafe just down the road last week after we got back, and I'm seeing this guy, and I'm like, man, like life could be a lot. I could be that fucking guy. I could be digging through a bin looking for. And I know that's no diss on anyone that actually collects recyclables from that they use. But I'm saying if I ever find myself at a public spot looking through trash, I think that's when I'll really have a bit of a cry.
But where were you going after Ireland?
Bro, so our next stop was Prague, and then Poland, then Portugal, then Malta, Italy.
Please, we're getting into the meat.
We didn't even do the bit we're excited. Like, don't get me wrong. We did the UK to say we've done the UK.
Yeah, it's like a starter.
And don't get me wrong. Like, the UK has culture, and it's like, they have a long history of just colonizers after colonizers. So they have a deep history, like castles and all that. Loved it, right? But really what we wanted was the warm weather, because we were experiencing still kind of cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just didn't eventuate, and luckily Tori, she's such a G, man. Like, this happened. Obviously, this family emergency was on her side of the family, so through it all, she was still chasing the refunds where she could, because she booked it all. So she was chasing it up, got not 80% of the refunds back, and then the other bit she claimed on travel insurance.
Yeah.
So luckily we got most of the money back. We've currently kind of got 90% of the money back. We might not get 100%. I don't think we will, but I think in terms of the money side, I think I would have been a bit dirtier had we lost money as well as the experience. But
so now at least you've saved up a good chunk. You got that savings back.
Oh yeah,
right?
So that's a good thing. So we're sitting pretty strong with our joint savings and stuff. And the end of the year, we're actually, because I went shark cage diving with her 2 years ago, but we didn't see any sharks. So they promise you a quarter of the price off if you come back again. So I said to Tori, I'm like, let's do that at the end of the year, just as a little a consolation holiday,
compensation holiday.
So we're staying somewhere real nice in Port Lincoln, and then we're doing the shark diving. Plus, we added in the sea lion swim, so we get to swim with sea lions. So I mean, you know, there's always, you know, I don't know if I believe in everything happens for a reason, but I do believe in finding the silver linings in any situation. And like I said, man, like we are blessed to live in Australia. Every time I go overseas, the UK, it's similar. It's so similar. It's not similar to here, but it's not like you're going to fucking Portugal or Albania. But like, there's no place like home, man. Like I am Aussie through and through, lad. Like I am so loyal to this place. Like I come back and I'm like, fuck, bro, our coffee's better. Our just like, and obviously I'm biased because I know everyone here, but just, man, like everything's just better. Like, you know, Americans bag us out because we're imprisoned and we're run by the government. Fair enough, but isn't everyone? I just feel like so lucky to be here, you know? So even going back to work today was my first day at work, and I was telling you boys off air, like, these people, right, that like, I don't mind because I got a big friend group. So I have all the time in the world to tell Iggy and DZ and all my boys and whatever, that I'll tell them, I'll run them through it again and again, and I'll give them the same energy. Like if you ask me, well, what happened? I'll tell you. But like when you're a random and you ask someone about something that happened that isn't so, it's kind of tragic, right? People don't know when to like stop and just be like, you know, oh, I'm sorry that happened, and then kind of leave it. This painter was just like on a ladder next to me, just going like, oh, so what happened? And I told him, and he goes, oh, that's a shame, yeah. And then he'd stop and he'd go, so whereabouts are we going to go next? And I'm like, but this guy, we barely know each other. That's the difference. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, he's spoken to me once, and that was before the holiday. and then he was more inquisitive of what happened. And then I'm man, I'm seriously going to leap off the ladder onto his and just be like, But yeah, it sucks, man. But I did miss this, and I do miss, although I would have rather been there. There is something weird about routine. Like I was back here. I've been back here for 2 weeks and not worked because I thought I'll have it off. And near the back end of me staying here and
kind of get over it.
And I was like, let's just get back into it. Let's earn some money and let's just, you know, keep rolling with the punches.
So look, it's business as usual.
Yeah, man.
Fun the God is back. That is. Fuck.
That sucks, eh?
Dude, but in saying that, I am, though, a believer of everything does happen for a reason.
I hope that is the case.
It just wasn't your time, bro. I'm telling you.
Maybe next year when you go, something amazing will happen.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm not like bagging out that ideal. I'm just saying I hope I'm wrong. But in my head, I'm like, maybe because like when you're a bit down in the dumps, you kind of like, you just don't want to believe it. Like, you're like, no, this is just, and you become like you play victim, which I'm very good at doing. Yeah. But what's new with you guys, man? Like, what's anything new with you guys?
For me, the past couple days, I have been in a real bad rabbit hole. Really, 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 really bad. This AI shit is fucking insane. Like, we are literally in a full boom gold rush right now, man. And I've been like, I don't know if you guys have been up to date, man, but Google is now the next competitor in this whole AI race, right? And their new engine they've released is the most... you cannot tell it's AI.
Oh, the video, yes.
It is fucking scary, man. It is fucking scary. So I've been going down this rabbit hole. Like, this is how good their engine is, right? Guess how much they want per month subscription for you to use this engine? 250 Australian dollars. 250 bucks Aussie a month.
What do you use it for?
Well, that's
and
good.
people are paying, are like not questioning it. The people are buying subscriptions. You get 1 month for free. So I've signed up for the free monthly trial. I have to fucking remember myself to unsubscribe because I'm gonna cry if I fucking wait 250 bucks. So I'm gonna probably do that today so I don't forget, right? And I'm just fucking around, yada, yada, yada. And of course, the first couple videos you do something stupid. I was like, I don't know, fucking dinosaur walking, holding a mobile phone. And it looks shit. It's clunky as. I'm like, oh, this is crap. How come everyone else's looks amazing? But then just like everything, you do the research and it's all in like the way you ask the engine. So there's ways, like if you just say to ChatGPT, hey, tell me how to do this, it gives you like a really stupid answer. It's like ask a stupid fucking question, get a silly answer, right? But if you like go in depth with it and like, so if you basically tell this engine, like if you send it like 2 paragraphs of what you want, bro, I've been seeing people making full-blown movie trailers and shit, and it looks like a proper movie. And in the comments, it's all like, what the fuck? And it's like, obviously the description's like made by the new engine or whatever. And like people are wigging out, bro. Like we're in a gold rush right now, right? But who made the most money during the gold rush? Wasn't the people looking for the gold. It was the dudes selling the picks and shovels, right? So I've been in this rabbit hole trying to come up with creative ways how to like promote this shit with these new AI concepts. How do we do it? How do I do it? And I've been trying to maybe I can get like get like an AI version of us three sitting here, and it's like maybe not saying facts, but maybe it's like roasting us. It's like, oh, listen to these knuckleheads at the FireCast, and then people are like, what the fuck, FireCast? And they said, because everything on my socials, I don't know, obviously because I'm in it now, my whole socials now is AI bullshit now. And it's people saying, oh, I made on YouTube fucking $1,000 today because I uploaded an AI short that got 100 million views and shit. And I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. It's like, this is like we're in a fresh crypto boom. Remember when crypto boomed in 2015 and we all missed it because all our fucking 40-year-old friends bought Bitcoin at $5 each? We missed that train. I'm trying not to miss the train this time, so I'm trying to fucking...
That's a good idea, man. You know what?
How do we do it?
You could get real audio clips from us talking, but make it into like dinosaurs or some shit. You know what I mean? Because there's this... have you heard that song on TikTok that fucking... We pop out at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
No. That's that artist... It's like it's a character of a bear, a realistic bear. It's all AI music. It's all AI and it's blown up. Like that song's really
crazy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So all of his songs are AI, but he's got like heaps of monthly listeners and shit. And his character's like a bear. And,
what the fuck? I didn't know that.
I like that it's a 250 membership a month because that stops because it's so realistic. It's going to be a higher bar to entry, so there's not so much people trying to scam and you know, just but dirtbags using it for nefarious things.
But then the next problem, like everything, is because it's a race.
Yeah, some company China are going to make it cheap.
Some company is going to do it just as good or a little bit better, and they'll have a $90 subscription.
Yeah.
And then Google has to fucking kind of lower it, and it's
inevitable. Yeah.
Dude, we are in, like I'm telling you, man, like we are in a full on like crazy gold rush. Like I was watching again, right? Grain of salt, you take all this shit because you don't know if people are just trying to scam you and shit. But again, I was watching this dude's TikToks, and so he's been doing this AI shit for like the past like 6 months now. He didn't just do it now. That's why I kind of believe him, but I'm still kind of like, don't believe everything you see on the internet, right? But he was on his TikTok, he was showing how much money he now makes a day just from uploading YouTube shorts of random AI shit, just like a cat with a chef hat and it's chopping a bit of broccoli.
It's crazy, eh?
He's got hundreds of millions of views. No context to what he's doing. He doesn't have to do any fucking editing, any video fucking editing or
it's
audio.
kind of not. It's making people a bit. It's making people a bit. They're getting famous for doing less.
Exactly. That's the whole point, though. That's what people want. We're in this weird fucking.
I feel like that takes away from. Yeah, I don't know, man. It becomes like any Tom, Dick, and Harry can just do that shit, but it makes it less impressive, though.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it's not really impressive.
That's what. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing on your TikToks, right? What's in at the moment? It's fucking people are getting on this Google engine. They're typing in like Bigfoot walking through the camera, holding a vlogging camera, talking, and it's like a Bigfoot, and it looks fucking good, and it's Bigfoot going, hey there, guys, Bigfoot here, and today we're going to go scare some campers, bro. They're getting hundreds of millions of views, bro. I'm like, no fucking way.
And they can do some hilarious shit with it. Has there been any Diddy ones going around recently? Surely with the case and stuff.
No. So the in thing at the moment...
I've seen stormtroopers.
Yes. So the in thing at the moment is like vlogging. They're getting characters to do like vlogs. But then again, that's already now stale because everyone's been doing it for like the past 3-4 days. So now I'm trying to think, how do I'm not going to get now. I'm not going to be a couple days late, and because trends come and go like that.
Yeah, everything comes quick, leaves quicker.
So I'm not going to sit here and fuck around trying to learn. We have 1 month to come up with an idea to promote this using this new technology because I'm not paying $250.
Your idea is great. I think. Like,
so how do we do it?
We can each pick like a
character. I'm a cat. You're a goat. You're a beaver.
We leave all the clips of the same characters, but it's just that's us. A good idea, man.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
And you just write FireCast episode, whatever.
Yeah. Have a link as well in the description to the show. But the problem is now I need to sit down and fuck around with it
and hash it out
and get it so it looks good. So it's not clunky and all fucking. So I've been again.
We'll work it out.
My brain's fucking in.
That's what you've been. That's what you've been.
It's so hard in these times too, because even with this podcast, and like making the clips on TikTok, the normal clips, we'd talk about something that happened in the news, and by the time the episode actually releases, and I can make
you're already 2 weeks
trend's
late.
gone, the trend's gone, and the sound's gone, and it's like it's crazy how quick it moves.
Yeah. That's why it's hard to keep up, man. It really is. Like, it's so fucking hard to keep up. But yeah, I've been rattling my brain, hustling, trying to figure out with this fucking ideas, how to get involved. You know, just how we can kind of, the Wave's doing this, how do we kind of just hitch a ride? How do we hitch a ride? You know, just how do we get along? But yeah, that's been me anyway the past couple of days. What about you, Diesel? What have you been doing?
Oh, same old for me, man. I'm just glad to be here. Been grinding. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, bro.
Our beautiful sponsors at the Creatine Lab. Joey left before he got to try any, so now it's a little welcome home gift for you from our friends at the Creatine Lab.
I almost forgot to tell you boys, something pretty crazy happened to me in Ireland.
Oh yeah.
So we were going to go to the Guinness factory, right? So that's where they obviously make it. They show you all that. So me and Tori set out in the on the tram, right? And the thing is, when you travel, you don't have access as much as you do to like toilets and like water. You know how like water refills and stuff?
Yeah.
And you take that for granted. Being at home or being in your workplace, you always have access to a toilet. It's like within a fucking walking distance.
Yeah.
You pissed yourself.
I'm on the tram.
There's no toilet on the tram.
And I'm like, okay, I got this, sweet. How long is the tram? Tori's like, 10 minutes. Pfft, easy, right? We get off the tram and I'm like, all right, so how long is this walk? 14 minutes. And I'm like, okay, sweet. I'll try and go to a pub or something close. The closest pub is 14 minutes away, right opposite the Guinness factory. I'm like, all right, sweet. So yeah, I'm walking. And then I'm going like, shit, man, I really need a piss. And Tori's like, you're being dramatic, relax. And then I am mostly dramatic a lot of the time. So I'm like, you know what? I am probably being dramatic. And then so I'm like, do you know that feeling you get when you try to like pinch it off? And it's like a muscle. It's like an unseen muscle. Say this is your urethra, right? And that muscle that pinches it off without touching your cock. Do you know how you can just do that and you're like, okay, sweet, don't think about it? That was getting weaker by the second, right?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I'm looking at these trees to go piss, but Tori has this thing where if I do something in front of her that embarrasses her, I would not hear the end of it. Like, she would be thoroughly pissed. Yeah. So I'm like, no pun intended. So, and I'm like, fuck, all right, how long? 7 minutes. I'm walking. I start running, and then I'm like, oh, that's worse. And then I'm walking with my fucking knees pointed inward, right? And then I go to this pub, and straight away, I see the gents sign that way. I don't even look at anyone in the bar. I look briefly, but there was like a small, dingy Irish pub. There was about 8 people in there, and they all look to see that I walked in, and I didn't even look at them. I just walked straight to the toilet, power walking. So they knew what I was in there for, right?
Yeah.
I get to the bathroom stall, not the stall, do you know, not the trough, the urinal, but it's the one that's not the long trough, it's those ones, the capsules
like a
on the
single
wall.
one, yeah.
I get there and I'm wearing my jeans and I go there and I had Tori's bottle under my arm because I was so eager to piss, I didn't even give her the 2-liter bottle. Right?
Oh my god!
And then so I've got the bottle under her arm and I'm like, I'm trying to find my zipper. The zipper was underneath my belt, like this. So ready? I'm like, next minute. Oi, lad, for about 4 seconds, and I'm talking. Remember that muscle I was talking about? Remember that muscle that you squeeze? That muscle, I go, because I've squirted in my pants. Have you? Like, you've leaked? Have you leaked in your pants before?
You get piss in your,
but you go, psst, and you're like, oh shit, I've done that. Everyone's done it, right? But you hold it, right? You're like, but no. I've been holding it for about half an hour or more at this point.
Oh my gosh.
And your boy was staying hydrated on this trip. So I was like, and then I was pissing, right? And I was pissing for about 4 seconds and I was pissing and I couldn't believe myself. And all I said was like, I was like, no, this. And then my legs are going, and then I feel it run down my left leg into my left shoe. Right? And then after about 4 seconds of pissing, I go, and I stopped looking for my fly because I was like,
it's too late
I was
now.
frozen. I was like, and then I go, no, I got to keep looking for this fly. So I went under the belt. I finished the last 10 seconds of this piss into the urinal, right? Mind you, I'm standing at the urinal now with piss-soaked jeans from my cock to my feet. Right? And I'm like, I'm looking and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in this random pub. Then I start going into panic mode, right?
Yeah, what the fuck do you do?
I ran to the cubicle. I took off both my shoes because they were wet, right? And I stood on my shoes. I've got a picture on my phone. I'll show you. So I've put my jeans all the way down, taken them off, right? Put my shoes back on. I get out into the communal area in front of the sink. Now I'm in a big jumper, my jocks, so my step ones, right? And my joggers. No pants. So imagine me, no pants, my joggers, a jumper,
And some
right?
cunt walks in.
And then I go to myself, listen, I'm at a pub in the toilets. So I have about probably 6 minutes tops before some guy comes in to piss, right? So I'm at the sink. I start soaking my jeans like this in water, making it worse. But my thought was, if I'm going to dry these motherfuckers, right, I want to make them water soaked first. So you got to make them worse to get it better. I'm water soaking it, scrubbing it. And then I looked at the hand dryer. They didn't even have the hand dryer that you put it under. They had those ones where you put your hands in, right? So I'm like, fuck, right? So I'm dipping my piss-soaked jeans, right? And I've got the legs of the jeans. I've got the legs of the jeans in my hands. So I'm dipping it like I'm tipping a guy upside down, dunking him head first in something. And then I'm like, all you hear is, and it's the longest hand dry. Like people in the pub, because I'm saying, man, it's a small pub. It's in the middle of the day, and all they can hear probably outside is, right? And then I go, next minute, a guy comes in, right? The first guy comes in, and he goes, and he's like, he just gives me the nod, and I'm like, don't worry about me, mate. And that's all I said, like a full bogan, right? I'm like, don't worry about me, mate. In my undies and joggers and jumper. That's it. Dipping these jeans. Didn't even give me an explanation. That guy pisses, right? But the thing is, he's over here to my right, but the sink is right next to me on my left. So he doesn't wash his hands. He just pisses and he heads straight out, right? About 4 minutes later, I'm still going at these jeans because, like I said, I'm wearing jeans, so it's hard to get anything out.
And Tori thinks you're taking a piss.
No. I sent Tori a picture of me pissed, like me with my piss-soaked jeans in the cubicle, and I go, "Bub, I've pissed myself." And then she got the photo, and her reaction, she said, was like, like this, because she thought I meant I just leaked.
Yeah, no.
But I pissed, right?
Wow.
And then so she's off getting looking for clothes stores to buy me new, because I go, I don't want to miss the Guinness. And I'm on the phone to her going, I don't want to miss the Guinness factory. Yeah. And I try blaming her because I'm going, I told you I needed to pee. And she goes, you are not blaming me right now that you pissed yourself. And I'm like, you're right, I'm sorry. So I hang up, cut back to me drying my jeans. The second guy walks in, right?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, don't worry about me, mate. I hit him with the same line.
The same
'Cause I
joke,
don't know what to say. And then he goes, had a bit of an accident there, mate. And I was like, yeah, man, huge accident, eh? And I didn't say anything. I left it at that. And then he goes, then he comes round behind me, right, to the sink next to me, and he's washing his hands. But the sink and the hand dryer, we're this close to each other. What me and DZ are, shoulder to shoulder. He's leant over, he's washing his hands, and I'm going,
oh my God.
And then he goes, just spill a drink, did ya? And I was like, yeah, Jack and Coke, man. And I tried to wash it out, but it made it worse. And I'm like, I could not bear to tell him I pissed myself, right? And then I think I was in there. We missed the Guinness thing. We missed it.
Did you?
Yeah. I was in there for about 35 minutes trying. And even then, I got the jeans to a point where you could still see that it was a darker blue, but it wasn't like drenched. It was like you could see. And the thing is, my cock's here. Usually if you spill something on you, it's a circle and that's it, right?
Yeah.
It gave all the signs of this guy just pissed himself, right?
Oh,
and then
my gosh.
I went outside, and Tori, God love her, this is when you know you got a real one,
Did
man.
she find clothes?
No, because so the two places she searched up, do you know those shops where they say they exist on the maps, but when you go there, it's like an old abandoned factory or it just doesn't exist. So she's running here and there.
And
then, or unless she just sat on her ass and said she tried to find shit. She didn't,
she's having a Guinness? This dickhead.
Yeah, right. But then as she goes on the Guinness tour.
Yeah.
But then she is waiting out the front for me, and I walk out like this, and God love her, she didn't even laugh. She didn't, personally, I'm not going to lie, if that happened to her, I probably would have laughed. But she didn't even laugh, and I was so shook up, bro. Like, I felt like someone, like, fucking molested me, bro. Like, I was like, because I'm a 30-year-old man, almost 31. I wasn't drunk. It was in the middle of the day. All that happened was I could not get to a toilet in time. Isn't that insane? Like,
You didn't piss on the walk there? There's no tree?
no, there was, but the thing is, there was trees, but it was like, do you know how you can get trees where it's in a corner and there's not many people? No, these trees were kind of in the middle of town. Like, it would have been kind of embarrassing. Like, someone probably would have seen my cock.
Yeah.
And I would have done it if I was on my own, but I respected my girlfriend too much. All right. Well, my fiance. I was like trying to make her not uncomfortable. So I go, no, I can do this. And the thing is, I've held in my piss plenty of times, but that muscle I was talking about, that valve,
gave way.
It gave way, man. And have you ever imagine trying to pinch it, but it just doesn't exist. It doesn't work. It just goes nah, boom, just fucking. And then so Tori, I go outside out the front. And she's like, oh, it's okay. Like that happens. It happens. And I'm like, I don't think it does, bub. Like I don't think that happens. Right? And because we're on the ciggies while we're away, like not heavy, but we'll just when in Rome we just would smoke. I have never pumped a ciggy that hard in my life. There's nothing. I haven't pumped a ciggy harder in my life than after pissing myself because I was like I was stressed, bro. You know what I mean? Like your fight or flight response. Because I knew I'm about to expose myself in the communal part of the bathroom, half naked. Like, what would you think if you walked into a bathroom and a guy? Would you think he pissed himself, or would you think, oh, those are really nice jeans, and he's spilt a drink and he's trying to get it out? Because I've been trying to rack my brain.
Piss.
What would you think?
Piss. If I seen someone basically nude, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? This guy's pissed himself. If it was just a drink, he'd be there with just a bit of napkin, trying to wipe it. You were fucking in your undies,
what if I spilled a tall glass of JD and Coke and it all went on me?
Nah, I don't buy it for a second.
What would you think?
I don't know. I was trying to think of that.
Don't be influenced by your brothers.
No, I honestly, because I thought the spilling a drink didn't even cross my mind when the guy first said had an accident there. But then I guess the first thing that would pop into your head would be someone spilled a drink. But I don't know. I personally wouldn't care about clothes enough to try to dry it if it was a drink. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But
yeah, and nor would you get half naked.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like I would probably just get a napkin. You know,
there's one hole in your story. So those two guys have gone in. And you've said,
I got photo evidence.
Had an accident, but they've seen you rush straight in there without going to the bar. So they've then both gone out
but I don't know. But I don't remember if they were the ones looking at me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I so they weren't part of the group at the entrance.
I don't think I would have said that if I locked eyes with a guy and I'm like, and then that's the guy, I wouldn't say shit. But this pub, it was small, but surely not everyone's seen me.
I don't know,
that's
man.
Crazy.
But I'll quickly show you the photo, right? Oh my God, it was fucking crazy, bro.
This would only happen to you, man.
Into my shoe.
Oh. That's a lot of piss, man.
Hey, zoom in on my left leg. It's in my shoe, lad.
Oh my gosh.
That was when I was in the cubicle. I rushed off to the cubicle.
And they're bright colored things too. Like you can't even.
Can you put that photo up on YouTube?
Do you want me to put it up on the screen?
Put it up on the YouTube, just so you guys can get a reference. I have no shame, so I don't mind. But I did at the time.
Send me that photo. That's insane.
I did at the time, but man, guys, you guys have not experienced fear if you guys aren't in a public place, and for some reason, and then Tori tried to tell me a story where pissed herself on a night out at Red Cow, and she just kept partying on through the night, but she goes, but she was pissed.
Yeah.
Well, now
I feel worse now because I was dead sober.
But that was the crazy, and it's nuts because we went back into she called an Uber right after then, and she goes, what do you want to do? We missed the Guinness tour, and then I'm like, well, I want to go straight back home.
And
I want to
wash
myself. I want to have a shower. I want to take my jeans to the laundrette.
Yeah.
We'll wash all the other dirty clothes. And then so when we got back in another Uber, I'm usually the person that chats in the Uber, and Tori just kind of looks out the window.
You were like dead quiet.
Looking out the window. I was looking out the window like, hello, darkness, my old friend. And then she came in clutch with the best excuse. So he goes, did you go to the Guinness factory, did you? And then she's like, we booked on the wrong day. She goes, we thought we booked today, but we actually have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gave her the nod, thank you. You know?
Like, no, I actually fucking pissed myself, man.
I was on the brink of losing my mind. I was honestly I was about to go, I pissed myself, but I was thinking, I'm sitting in his Uber currently.
Exactly, yeah.
Because the piss was on my ass as well. It was in my crotch. It was on the back. It was through the back as well, bro. Like, I pissed myself. Like, crazy.
No lost passports though.
No. Luckily, none of that. So no freaking out. I was pretty on top of it.
This is a good start.
Yeah, this is It's like
Except for pissing me off.
I thought I'd leveled up, but really, I've kind of leveled down. I don't know what's worse, losing your passport or pissing yourself.
Nah.
You know, I'd rather piss myself.
Yeah, if I'm in a foreign country, man, they don't. I'd piss myself all day.
I mean, it's better
that.
than shitting yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, and at least it wasn't Australia, so you'll never see those people again.
They get off the plane in Sydney.
They've got a photo of this motherfucker. Come see the attraction. This guy pissed himself here, bro.
And they actually look. I swear, a few people looked at me when I came out, and I just kind of like I was walking to them, but I turned my pelvis kind of away from them.
Like,
I was like,
shaking your hip. That's fucking hilarious, bro. God damn.
So that was probably the most, and that was the day we received the terrible news about Tori's family. So Tori goes, "What else could happen?" And then to top it off, right, that night we go, you know what? Our mood was kind of low, and we're like, do you want to just try the restaurant out at the hotel? And mind you, the hotel we were staying at, it's the equivalent to the Ibis here. So it's like cheap, standard, continental breakfast, all that shit. So we're like, let's try the restaurant. Had sirloin steak on it, had this, had that. And then so we got something, and it was one of those nights where we ordered it, and her food came out, or was about to come out, and they go, "Oh, sorry, sir. Your partner here took the last sirloin. So do you want anything else?" And I was like, "Oh, can I have this?" He goes, "Oh, sorry, we ran out of that." I was like, "Can I have this?" "Oh, we ran out of rice." And I was like, and there's a grocery store right across the road. And in my head, I was going, "I will go get the rice for you." But I just went, "That's okay. What's a gamut steak?" And I didn't know this, but a gamut steak is just a ham steak. It's like it's a thick cut of bacon. So I thought, another piece of steak. And they're like, "Hey, what's gamut steak? What kind of cut is that?" And then they're like, it's actually like
it's bacon,
like ham. And I was like, so I go, "I'll have that, please." And then when we got it,
eating like
when we got it, right, it was like she had her sirloin. It was like horribly cooked. There was like a handful of peas.
Yeah.
It was like the chips were fucking shit. Yeah. And then I got mine and I was like, oh my God, I just smashed it. I actually shoved my face like this, like arrogant as. And Tori was like, "Why are you doing that?" But I was doing that because I was so angry. I was fucking my face with this shit food just to be like, this day can't get any fucking worse, man.
Yeah.
But overall, that was the only shit day we had. Everything else was good, you know. But it was that one day where I was
so
like,
it all happened at once.
Yeah. But we did end up going to the next day. We ended up going to this other Guinness bar that was known for having a good Guinness. So I did try my first Guinness. I mean, it's not the best, but the thing is, I think it's because it's a what do you call it? It's a what's it when something is like it's a fucking
like tradition.
Yeah, tradition. It's like a novelty. It's a novelty.
Yeah.
So I bought two because in my head I knew Tori wouldn't like it, but then I thought, if she doesn't finish it, then I'll just get two. So then I was like, she had
two shit drinks.
but she had one sip, and I was like, "Oh, you don't like it?" I'm like, "Okay, sweet." I not sculled, but finished it quite quick. Had the other one. I walked out there and I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm like drunk off two Guinnesses.
Oh, really?
Oh, not drunk, but like heavily tipsy.
Oh, are they strong?
Yeah,
You can't get Guinness here.
you can, but
it's not the authentic.
same. And because apparently in Guinness, if you don't they don't sell enough of it here because it's not widely drunken here, right?
Yeah.
But in order to have a good Guinness, you need to keep the pipes in the kegs flowing. Like you need to have that keg in and out. Like go as fast as you can, next keg. If they had a Guinness here, right, and a few people fucking once a blue moon have it, that Guinness is kind of, it's getting worse and spoiling by the hour, you know?
Really?
Yeah, so not that quick, but like you need to you can't just sit there in the keg. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
right.
But the way they pour it as well is pretty unique. Like they pour half and then it froths up, they let it settle, and then they pour it again.
Yeah, right.
But it was all right. Like I said, I think it was because it was a novelty that I was like, oh yeah, whatever. But
What it tastes like? What's it closest to?
Like it literally just tastes like beer, but like Victoria bitter,
which one? Like
very
Cotton
bitter.
Draft?
No, like Victoria bitter.
VB.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah.
What was your favorite country?
Our favorite country we agreed on was Scotland, which I didn't think would be. That was like one that kind of was like a silent assassin on us. But I think it's because we got to see Edinburgh in the city, and then we also got to see the Southern Highlands, which is like it's like all the mountainous ranges and all the trees. And this guy who's like a local, he took us on a bus tour, and because he knows the roads, he's fanging it through these. And then we're like, holy shit. But then he stopped off at various places and we got photos overlooking the valley and stuff. So we got to see kind of both sides, not just the city. Whereas like Dublin, Ireland was probably the most disappointing, but I think that's because it's not always good just going to the touristy things. You need to go somewhere where the locals are. Because if you see a lot of locals there, it's probably more authentic. And if you go to like Temple Bar, which is like the center of fucking Dublin, that's where they charge double the price for drinks. Yeah. And it's just a tourist trap. But yeah, overall a good trip, man. But yeah, I wish it could have been longer, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it says here, Guinness beer should ideally keep flowing smoothly from a keg. This is achieved by using a specific type of gas blend, a particular faucet, and following proper pouring techniques. Guinness uses a mixture of nitrogen and CO2 to push the beer through the lines, which is different from traditional draft beers that often use only CO2. This blend contributes to the characteristic creamy, tight head.
Wow. So does it push it out quicker essentially and gives it more of the froth? Is that what
No, apparently it's just to help push the beer through the lines. So I don't know if some genius has gone, fuck it, what do we try pushing beer, adding something else? Or if the actual drink itself is like so thick and weird that they've gone, fuck, this isn't pushing through normal keg lines. And then they've added the nitrogen.
My cock needs that as well. Yeah. Just pushing like
the pissing itself in the top.
And piss. I was talking about ejaculate. But anyway, but then also I went to a whiskey tasting place in Scotland because I didn't know this, but Scotland's known for its whiskey. Like it's known for its whiskey. I didn't know that. And they give you, at this whiskey tasting factory, they give you little nibs. They don't give you anything with mixers because you're there for the whiskey, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
So I was drinking it neat. No ice. Because apparently I didn't know this, but when you drink shit on the rocks, they reckon it's not the best to do that. If you're going to have ice, have like one ice cube.
Yeah, because it waters it down.
Yeah. Like have it, and not just that, the state of your drink, if you have heaps of ice, it's always changing. Yeah. So you got a bit of dilute, more. It's like you're better off having one little cube in it, diluting that, and once it's diluted, he's like, there's nothing wrong with watering down your whiskey. If you don't like a single malt because it's too strong, and you just add a few drops, like there's no problem with that. It's not gonna just make you sober. Because remember back in the day when you drink, if you had water, you basically like, you pussy.
Water sobers you up or something.
Like, it doesn't sober you up. It doesn't take it out of your body. But yeah, that was quite interesting as well.
Yeah, interesting, man. Fuck. Yeah. But look, well, at least you're here. You made it back in one piece, man.
Let's go.
At least you did the UK. It just turned into a UK trip, I guess.
Yeah. So next time we'll do the Europe trip. So.
How was the flight there? Was it straight to UK? Or?
No, it was 7 hours to...
you went to Dubai, didn't you?
Abu Dhabi or Dubai or one of them. And then
to the UK.
And then to the UK, 14 hours. Whoa. But we had 2 Valiums each on the way there and 2 Valiums on the big leg on the way back. So we saved it for the 7-hour flight because I'll watch 2 Lord of the Rings movies and it's fucking done, you know?
Yeah.
But then for the 14-hour one, I was like, boom. And then and what I do is I fight it to the point where I'm looking at the screen, I'm like, and then all of a sudden, I wake up and Tori she's like, bro, I'd look over at you, man. And she's like, your mouth, because I'm a mouth breather. This big schnoz doesn't work. So she'd look over and I was like, I literally was trying to suck a dick or something, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'll never forget, I think it was my first USA flight, man. I had 2, I think it was a 2 Valiums as well. I can't remember what it was, bro. And it wasn't working, I'm like sitting there going, please fall asleep. We're in turbulence and shit. I'm going, fucking please go to sleep. It was fucked.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't see that. I was too busy drinking from my Hydro Grip bottle. All right? If you guys have been listening to FireCast lately, you know that we are a big advocate for this company, Hydro Grip. It's a double wall insulated bottle that keeps your drink cold, even in those hot trips in the car. You know, in the summer hot sun, you sip this drink, man, and it is still cold, like hours after. So that's what you want, man. And on top of this, it has a magnet on the top lid, and you can attach your phone to there, film your workouts, film your sets. Good stable little tripods set up there. And on top of this, man, 10% of all sales goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital. A good cause plus a good product. Come get it, man, and tell them FireCast sent you. Let's go.
We're discussing off air.
I'm talking about pissing myself.
We're discussing off air. It might be time to retire the Reddit corner, we think. We might come up with a new idea.
Well, let us know, man.
Let us know. Is there any cool little segments?
There might be questions, but I don't have them because my phone broke. The folding phone is no more.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
No. What happened?
You've got no phone.
Well, I'm using my old phone. If you remember this one, another weird phone. It's a big one with the pen in it.
Oh, yeah.
But I got a normal S25, which got delivered today. Okay. But I haven't been home, so I don't have it yet. So this is still my old one. But yes, the folding phone, I was going to the gym in the morning And you know when your phone falls out your pocket, it just slides down the seat and the door in the car.
Yeah.
It was a soft landing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong. I took my phone, got keyed into the gym, and then so it must have worked straight away because I keyed into the gym, which I use my phone for. But then as I was about to start working out, I flip open my phone and the screen's all glitchy and yellow and fucked. I'm like, are you serious? But the funny thing is, because I had that smaller screen on the outside, everything on the small screen worked. So I was full texting and shit using just the small screen. Like I was trying to, but yeah. So
I was getting used to that folding phone.
I usually get weird shit, but Vodafone, I could upgrade my phone without anything changing. Pay the same price I was paying with the Fold, everything the same, and they just give me a new S25. So yes, so retiring all the weird shit for now. I'm just gonna fucking have
so
a
the
normal
S25
phone.
is that like a normal phone? What's that?
Yeah, just the newest one. The newest one, normal one. No Ultra, no Giga, fucking whatever the hell. It's just normal.
Man, with
size.
phones, man, like don't get me wrong. I know we're a society like we make all this hectic shit, and everyone's trying to get the new and best thing, right? With AI or whatever it be. But with the phones, man, with the phones, you don't need.
I think
this is a 13, maybe. But man, I don't know. Like, this will eventually shit itself. But like, might naturally, when that shits itself, I go, well, I have to get the latest because why would I get something that's? It's like getting a PS4 when the PS5's out. You're like, what am I doing? But I just don't feel like. After a certain iPhone, what's the difference? Maybe the photo quality, you know what I mean? Like, is it could focus more on what's in, and then it blurs out the rest and the background.
Every new phone has very subtle differences, but you're not meant to switch every year. It adds up. So then you have a phone for 5 years, and when it finally does shit itself, you get the newest one. It's got like all those minute upgrades every year. Now you could, like, if it was up to me, I would have got a weird thing. I would have got the big one that folds sideways. So I have a little iPad and shit.
What's
but
with you?
For the same price.
Why do you
like
get a fucking Apple, man?
I like the weird shit.
Yeah, you go against the grain.
gimmicks.
Yeah.
No, Samsung is better than Apple any day. Any day of the week.
Well, that's very controversial.
Yeah, but I also just like the gimmicks. I think it's cool. I don't know. Your phone can fucking fold and you got an iPad. You got a pen. You can fucking take your pen out and fucking.
He also supports Israel. No, I'm joking.
Which I don't, but now I just have a normal phone.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what the fuck? What are we doing here? We're going to news straight away. What's going on?
Well, yeah. I mean, let us know if there are any little segment ideas, little
send us
things
the
we can do.
I'll have the questions back next week because I'll get my new phone tonight and I'll re-up.
I mean, to be honest, I was keen to just kind of like, for at least this episode, just do what we do best and just fucking wing it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we just flow. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah. Well, that's what we got to anyway. We got no choice because all we got now is the news, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's it.
I guess.
But yeah, as always, thank you for fucking listening. Make sure you get a Hydro Grip from Hydro Grip, creatine from the Creatine Lab, our two sponsors. And some good stuff from the Creatine Lab. It's actually helping my partner sleep better. No placebo effect here. So Creatine Lab's doing some good stuff, and she is a bad sleeper, like bad. So the fact that she's having better sleeps ever since we've started taking this, and I'm not just saying this either to make it look good. Like, this is legit. Like, she literally said to me, she's like, "Fuck, do you actually reckon it might be the creatine?" I'm like, "It fucking has to be. We haven't taken anything else, and since we started the creatine for the past 3 weeks, you're now sleeping good." So,
and if
tick of approval.
If you're listening, a lot of you are listening and probably aren't too clued in and probably just glaze over the sponsors, right? But this creatine is very cheap.
Yeah.
So
$20.
Creatine, you're normally paying at least $60-$50 for a jar of creatine. This creatine, you get about $20. You get yourself some creatine from the Creatine Lab. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
So check them out, man.
25 serves, roughly.
Yeah, it's a decent tin, man. You get a good chunk out of it.
Yeah. So it's exciting stuff, man. Check them out. I might make a little AI video of the creatine. It grows like some legs and fucking
starts working out.
Yeah, working out, lifting some fucking. Yeah, man. And also, if anyone's got some ideas to help us promote this stuff using this new technology, this gold rush that we're in, hit my DMs, man. Slide right in between my legs because I need. Again, man, I'm telling you, I'm losing sleep over this shit. I don't want to be that fucking guy in the next 5 years and everyone's fucking now working from home, but fucking rich millionaire because they're all fucking uploading stupid little cat videos cooking in a kitchen.
Ask ChatGPT.
No, that's what people do.
Ask ChatGPT how to use the other AI to fucking.
No, well, that's what people do. Bro, you don't understand. Like, the work is, it's like Joey K said before. It's like the work is becoming honestly so minimal. It's going to get to the point where the only thing you got to worry about is paying for what all the, because everything's a subscription these days. Nothing's fucking free, right? That's all you got to worry about is pick your poison, whether it's Google, the new Google VO, the old engines they've got, Mid-Journey. There's so many of them now. There's hundreds of them, right? You pick which one you like the best. At the moment, it's VO free. It's the king. You pay for the subscription. You tell ChatBG to give you a video idea. You paste that into the video engine. It makes you fucking video.
Money is going to be obsolete because the humans are going to get to a point where we're just sitting there turning on the computers and they're just getting all our money and all the money is just circulating around.
Scary, man.
It's kind of like a step up from us sending each other memes, and that's how, like, I feel like on TikToks and whatever, do you ever have a chat with someone where you barely speak, but all you're doing is sending funny memes? And that's kind of like the new humor online.
Yeah.
So you don't curate it. So you're not being funny, but you have a sense of humor because you're sending that person saying, "Oh, look at this," right? But then I feel like with AI, now instead of just sending the meme to someone that's funny, now you'll curate something funny yourself without saying anything and just send it to your friend and be like look at this. Oh,
I've never thought of that before.
You know
It's
what I
actually that's Holloway Mine's chat on TikTok. It's just all videos, and then every now and then one of us will say a comment about
something.
the video,
Yeah.
like, haha, he did this.
Yeah, like,
There's just videos.
Like, all it is like, and I guess like I don't think that makes you like. I'm not saying like Holloway's not funny. It's not. But I'm just saying some people think, oh, I'm funny. Like I send my memes all the time. It's like, no, you have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it takes less to be considered funny or less to entertain, and then this is making it more so. Like, at what point can you create a proper movie trailer for something that doesn't even exist? You know what I mean?
Well, I see heaps of them.
Listen to this, right? Just exactly on that thought. We're going to do a live reaction right now. So if you're watching on the YouTube, I'll have a little screen recording of this. If I was an animator right now, I'll be really kicking myself. And yes, I get it. There's always going to be, oh, it's better if it's got human attachment to it and human feelings and a human makes it for you. No, shut up. That's going to literally be obsolete with some jobs. And I think video editors and animators. This is a random video that a guy made in the new Google engine 2 weeks ago, right? And this looks like a fucking proper Pixar movie. Watch this shit, bro. So the feet are still a little bit clunky, but they'll fix that.
Oh, this is scary. Man.
Look, it looks like a full Pixar thing.
Oh, what?
And there's another. This part looks a little bit clunky when he fell there.
Yeah.
There is really going to be no need for animators or editors because you could just put your inputs in and it'll get done in an instant.
Just put the music and shit over it. Like, what the fuck, bro? Think of how much money studio studio companies are going to save.
Yeah, I mean, it's not there yet, but it's crazy because that still looks pretty decent.
And
Bro, look
it's-
at that octopus, that crazy.
It's going to get to the point where the AI will be like an animator where you can brainstorm with and bounce ideas off and they will just instantly do it for you. So it's like literally going to be obsolete to be an animator. Like shit like that because the AI will, it's not just going to be how it is now. It's a prompt and it's archaic. You put the prompt and it gives you that. You have to try perfect the prompt. The AIs will be able to hold a conversation and you'll be able to kind of try to get them to figure out what you're trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's going to be fucking wild. I don't know what kind. The only jobs I think that are like safe would probably be like stand-up comedians. Maybe what we do here. Yeah. Podcasts, yeah. Stand-up comedians, maybe music. Yeah, music probably because people still want to go to concerts and shit.
Sex workers?
I don't know because robots could do that too, man.
Yep. I'm trying to look up here.
When are you going to come? No, it'll sound proper. It'll sound like...
Yeah, it won't even be
it's not gonna be-
it'll sound more human than us.
Yeah. You have settings like you want a black woman or an Italian woman or...
There was some Apple event that just happened too, and they announced a bunch of they're doing this new liquid glass thing. Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Across all their platforms.
yeah.
Looks kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But
I'm keen for that update, man.
again, they've implemented live translation on FaceTime and shit, so you could be talking Italian, I'm talking fucking Japanese.
Right,
and
that's
back and
cool.
forth,
Yeah.
like-
See, that
shit
shit
like that's cool.
Yeah, because I hate when you go to another country and all I want to do, like I always learn to say, hey, how are you? How much? You know, how's your day, good afternoon, or little things that I can just say, like a phrase. But then I went to countries like Greece where they think I'm Greek, so they reply in Greek, and I'm like, oh, sorry, that's all I know. But you feel like you're talking to, I don't mean this to say like, I don't mean this as an offensive thing, but you feel like you're talking to like an animal or something because they don't understand what you're saying and you don't understand what they say. So, but to do live Google Translate, which is obviously, you can do Google Translate with anyone, but doing that more
fluid,
that's crazy,
and it's
man.
like that's another thing. What's that mean for learning a language?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was going to say that.
Are people going to bother less?
Oh no, I thought you were going on to say like, will they develop a thing that makes you learn another language without? Oh no, that's
probably
too much.
You implant it into your brain.
You know what I mean?
A neural link.
That'd be cool.
You get like little USB drives. Oh, this is the whole Japanese language.
But you are right. That probably will remain obsolete if you could just converse in your normal language.
Why would you spend hours and hours a day trying to learn fucking hiragana and fucking Japanese writing and shit when you can just AI?
Speak.
It's weird.
I would rather be able to, if there was a device to make you speak someone's language, I would rather do that because I feel like it's like you're getting embedded in their culture a bit, but that's a bit more far-fetched than what you were saying.
Everything's just going to be artificial, man. It's just going to be such an artificial fucking world we live in, bro.
But nonetheless, right, we were talking about this with me and my homie at work, right? And this guy's he's a smart guy, man. He's a bit older. And, he said to me, which is something, again, I haven't thought of. He goes to me, bro, the people, again, who are going to make the most money out of this? Again, this is the gold rush mentality, right? Don't be the guy looking for gold. Be the guy trying to sell the people looking for gold the equipment. He goes, what if you had a company, right? It's just a simple as website. And this is going to happen. They probably already got it. Now, because everything's AI, you don't know what the fuck's real or not. You just grab that video, copy and paste the link into this website, little $5 a month subscription, like everything else. And that website tells you this is AI, this is legit. We're going to have to get to that point.
So it just differentiates.
That's all it is. It just tells you.
They talk about the AI generated stuff having like keys in it that you can't. So no matter what it is, if it's AI content, you'll be able to tell. I think it's like crypto blockchain type shit where everything that's AI generated has like a chain in it that you can see. And I'll tell you, if you want to know how to make this fucking gold rush, I'll tell you something right now for free. There's a website you can go on right now. It's a subscription, of course, but it's called Rapplet. Have you heard of Rapplet?
No.
It's an AI thing where you tell it what you want and it'll make a website for you in 15 minutes.
Really?
Code,
a whole website.
everything functioning perfectly.
Really?
Yeah, Rapplet. You can go on and right now pay $15 a fucking month. You can say, there was an example a guy gave where he wanted his kids. He told it, can you make me a program where it like keeps track of the house chores and who's done what chores? And then 15 minutes later, it's got like you can keep track of who's done what chores and what it equals, what they earn for each chore, what each chore is worth. And it's got Replit, yeah. So that might be worth looking into if you really want to try. You can make that website you just spoke about right now. You know what I mean?
I could just make us a merch website,
and you can do anything.
The thing is, like, we're gonna be like,
I don't know if it's $15 a month. I think it's more, but yeah.
Let's have a look.
Like the people in our generation, if you don't kind of keep up with the Joneses, we're gonna be like our parents that type with their index finger on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Do you know? Or like, do you know how like some oldies like Tori's grandpa still doesn't have internet in his home. He has a phone, but he doesn't even know how to, like, when we sent the photo
it's
to him.
It's 2 cups and a string.
Yeah. Like when we, like we got to send a messenger pigeon to him. So it's so funny. When we sent him a photo of us getting engaged, like proposed, he must have been wanting to send it to someone else, but he just sent the same photo back to Tori. He sent it back to Tori. So like, and it's like, man, I don't want to be, I worry because you guys are pretty tech savvy. I'm pretty like, you know I could be, but I just don't put much effort into it. And because I'm not really on that many socials now, I'm not aware with all this shit like this. But I feel like it's so lucrative. Like you could make a lot of money in this if you, like Iggy's trying to do, rack your brain to think of something.
Bro,
there has to be something, right?
Cuzzy.
But if
we need to think. We need to think. We need to use our stupid little pea brains for a second because this is an opportunity. Even if it's not to make money, just to... This is a free shot at growing this and our music and like everything. Like, but we just need to come up with a clever little idea and throw it in the mix of all this AI bullshit that's happening at the moment. And it's going to catch on very easily.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's all anyone's talking about at the moment, AI, and people are, like I said, people are showing how much money they're making a day on YouTube and shit now. And again, grain of salt, these guys are probably lying just to get views, but I know that there's some smart motherfucker sitting out there. Dude, I was fucking listening to a podcast on this guy. It blew my mind. You know what this prick did? He made a fucking OnlyFans and created a fucking porn star with AI. Doesn't even do like pornography because half the AI doesn't let you do that. It's just the AI girl that he made it consistently the same girl over and over in different bikini photos and shit with like the little nipples and shit. But at first glance you go, fuck, she's fucking hot. And you go, oh my God, it's AI, what the fuck? Weird.
It's got 6 fingers and shit.
He started the OnlyFans and he made like $38,000 last month with an AI OnlyFans because all these creepy old dudes are paying for porn still. But they don't know that they're jacking off to a
fake thing.
To a fake thing.
But the thing is,
I was like, you are a fucking genius, bro.
The only thing with that, once the wizard comes out from behind the curtain and people know that it's fake, I don't think. Oh, but then again, people jack off to anime porn.
Exactly.
Don't they? See,
I've
never understood. Like, first of all, porn's fake. Period. Right. But you know, the closest you get maybe is like amateur porn. Right. With like the tripod set up and it's just a normal couple and the girl doesn't moan that much and it's just like rather than like fuck me. But
the girl gets a headache halfway through.
But or you go, you're missionary and your hand goes on her hair and she's like,
it's over.
Or you're fucking on a dirty pile of clothes. we didn't do the laundry today. But like it's gonna be even more fake, right? Like there's porn fake. But then when there's AI porn, that's kind of doubling the fakeness.
Yeah, but the problem with it is that you can't tell half the time that it's fake. It takes you a solid like.
Oh, okay.
That's the issue. Like it's an issue if you're paying for it and jacking off to it like a weirdo.
Yeah.
But like I said, this motherfucker made 38 fucking grand, and this guy was just a random dude, like curly blonde hair and shit.
Yeah.
I was cracking up. I was like, what? And even if he only does it for a month and then people go, oh my God, this fucking prick, this is fake and unsubscribe. He still made $38,000. Bro, I will easily take 38 grand right now, man. I'm like, fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of weird. Like a fat, curly haired fucking virgin is indirectly getting other weirdos off through porn. You're jerking off to this fake girl, but really the maker of it. Like, imagine if like the guy behind the mask, say the AI the video just depletes, like, and then it's like, he's like, oh shit,
dude, bro, it blew my. I couldn't believe what I was listening
crazy.
to. I was like, this is, and that's what I'm saying. And again, that's why I'm now just my brain's going like last night, bro. I couldn't sleep. I literally couldn't sleep. I promise you, I was laying there going, bro, fuck, how do we get involved?
That podcast idea is very good. That's a very
we got to seriously talk about that off air.
We all pick an animal.
Yeah.
And I try to get this shit to work so it looks like it only has to go for 8 seconds. Example, that story of you pissing yourself.
Yeah.
It'll just be 3 animals sitting here with a microphone and it's one of them's telling that 8 seconds of that story.
Yeah.
And then people go, oh, what the fuck? Boom, FireCast, link, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's a great idea.
Who pisses himself at 30?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, again, we got to fuck around with it.
You don't even need the sound. The video can be silent, but then you just put this over the top.
Have the voiceover, yeah. Even if it's not like fully properly linked
it doesn't
up,
have to be synced. Yeah, it
It's like a bad Asian movie. You know? They're like,
it's like,
hello.
Yeah, that's cool.
over there.
You could probably
Can you plug your own photos and videos and shit into the AI? Can you do that? Yeah, you could probably put the audio into it and say, make this.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping it should be able if you're going to pay $250 a month for it.
Probably could do that. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So now it's just that, there's so many little ways we can go about it, and it's again, we just got to give it a crack. But we got to do it like now. Not start in a month because then it's already the next fucking engines out and people, instead of AI Yetis doing podcasting, it's going to be fucking dudes fucking, I don't know, making these little bobbleheads come to life and dance. And that's the new little trend. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all AI, but it's just fucking trends within the big trend. Does that make sense? It's the same with crypto. Crypto fucking in 2015, 2016 was the trend. And then the little trend within the trend was the NFT bullshit and the fucking bull runs and people fucking fucking buying cars with crypto and shit, right? And then before crypto, what was it? The .com fucking bubble where oldies, so like our grandparents and their parents were going in the 2000s. Nah, man, this internet shit's never going to work. You never see me use the internet. I'm always going to go down to my local mechanic and knock on the door and ask for a service. What happened? All the companies that didn't get online on Google and Microsoft went bankrupt and fell behind. Same fucking shit. That then takes us to... We return.
Only believe what we say.
We return. As you guys can see on the YouTube here, I'm taking on the role of producer. All right. So I'm hoping that this laptop in the video doesn't look too jarring. Doesn't look too bad. It's fine. And then when doesn't matter anyway because we're not making TikTok clips anymore because it's going to be all AI TikTok clips. So we can do what we want. We just need audio now in these fucking days. Kick us off, Joey, man. What do you got?
Man, I'm going to start us off with a banger, and I'm going to start us off with a news story that really sums me up to a T as a person.
Local man pisses himself.
A museum in Amsterdam this week has put on display a 200-year-old condom, an ancient one.
That's all it is. Yeah.
This is no ordinary ancient protection. The sheath is a whole 8 inches long, which, if you account for inflation, is probably around 12 inches in 2025. Right? It is in mint condition, never used before. They tested this using UV light. Another staggering fact about this is that it is extremely rare. There are only 2 kinds of these in the entire world, and only one of them is on display. The other one is only 3 inches long, and it's called the dagger.
Right? 3 inches? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like that big?
Yeah. So
Oh,
if that's the dagger, then this 8-inch one must be the hammer or something. But it was bought for €1,000, which is around $1,750 Australian, last year in November, and has since been put on display as the centerpiece of a small exhibition in Amsterdam featuring Dutch and French prints and drawings on the themes of sex work and sexual health.
That's cheap to buy that. You get some good return on that if you display it and shit.
so
That's
they
an
But when you
artifact.
think about it, it's a condom. So it is cheap.
Yeah, but it's an artifact.
I know,
That's
but
old.
it is cheap. But then when you look at it like, that's so funny, bro, because you're right. My brain went, 1,500 for an artifact. But at the end of the day, it is still an old condom.
Look at all the people going to see it, right? You set that up in your garage, $5 a ticket. Here, come everyone. You'd make your money back instantly.
Yeah.
So they were using dummies back then.
They were using
Yeah,
dummies.
they've been around for ages.
But the condom, which was probably made from a sheep's appendix in 1830, right? Which is fucked because if you're fucking someone with that, you're technically
You wouldn't feel anything.
you're fucking a sheep's appendix.
Sheep's inside.
Yeah.
A sheep's inside a woman.
That's disgusting.
But it was unused
All
apparently.
man's anus.
It's thought to have come from
More than likely a man's anus.
it's thought to have come from an upmarket brothel in France, most likely in Paris. It features on it an erotic etching depicting a partially undressed nun pointing at the erect genitals of 3 partially undressed clergymen, as well as the phrase "Voilà mon choix," which translates in English to "There, that's my choice." Right? So you got a half-naked nun just pointing at the dicks of 3 priests or whatever.
Yep.
Saying, I want that one.
Yeah, that one.
There it is right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's girthy as well. I mean,
Yeah, that's
that's
like a
a
cigar.
fucking let's smoke that. But since this thing has been on display, apparently the museum has been packed with people, young and old. The curator said the response to this new artifact has been amazing. And I'm not gonna lie, I would go to see it myself. You know what I mean?
18. It's from 1830.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So is that not insane, right? That since the beginning of human time, like sex is like always been
It's
around.
always been a thing,
It's just
yeah.
a thing. Like, so who was the first caveman to get a hard on and look at the cave woman across the cave and go, and then just go and just insert himself?
No,
into
they used
her?
to do it raw. 100% cavemen
Now,
did.
that's what I'm saying. Who discovered
Oh,
this
who?
shit?
Oh,
Yeah.
I reckon. What do you reckon?
I think condoms have been around since ancient Egypt, right?
Let's
So
look that up.
When was
do
that
you-
invented?
when do you reckon?
I'm pretty sure ancient Egypt.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think ancient Egypt, they had condoms.
So what are you talking here?
Fucking like
700 AD?
2000 BC.
Condoms in some form have been around for a very long time, potentially going back thousands of years, with evidence of their use dating back to ancient times. Some historians believe condoms were used as far back as 3000 BC.
You're not far off.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
And the thing is, like, of all the things, right?
Animal intestines is the main.
Yeah. So they've opened up a sheep and they've gone the feel like, oh my God, this feels amazing. It feels like you're actually fucking the inside of someone. Like, why the sheep's intestines?
No, because the condom, the point of the condom is to stop pregnancy. And so one day, dudes were going ham, just everyone's raw dogging everyone. And then someone got gonorrhea for the first time, or AIDS or something. Someone got an STD. Mm-hmm. And then they've gone, fuck. Okay, and then all of a sudden, boom, more people are getting AIDS and people are losing their penises and people's penises are turning blue and shit. And they're going, okay, holy shit, we can't just keep doing this because we're getting sexually transmitted diseases. Yeah. Then they would have had to sit there and gone, how do we keep indulging in the devil's foreplay without losing our penises?
Fuck a sheep's appendix.
And then someone's gone and opened up an animal and turned it into a fucking protective bit of...
Yeah. Which I always wonder... How do they close up the intestine? Because if you chop out a piece of intestine, there's no end to the intestine. So I wonder if they
had to sew it up,
or something.
They would have had to, especially back then. It would have been like sewing needle, a bit of thread. That would feel so uncomfortable if you're a woman, surely, and a dude.
Imagine now they still had the choice between latex or sheep intestine condoms.
That is
I'd try the sheep intestine.
The first rubber one was created in 1855. Latex then comes out in the 1920s. Wow. So
that's late.
Poof.
It's late on the scene.
During World War I, they only just invented latex after the First World War. That's insane.
Yeah. Bring back the sheep intestine, I reckon.
I was going to say, yeah.
But what?
If it ain't break, don't fix it.
Man, and if that one's still intact, fucking hell.
Bro, I think these sheep, I just remember in Uruguay when they fucking took this sheep from the farm and hung it up by its 3 legs and snapped its legs and cut open its stomach, and then they cut open the sheep's guts and they cut open the sheep's stomach and all the poo started flying out. Do you remember that shit?
Where was this?
Yeah, that was mad.
That was in Uruguay.
So like it was already dead and they were just...
Yeah, they were going to eat it.
Yeah.
But they take out all the guts and the intestines and the stomach and shit, and then they cut open the stomach and poo's going to run around with the fucking trying to...
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. You don't realize when you eat that shit, you don't realize that someone's gutting it. Much like you gut a fish, it's less intense, I guess, when you gut a fish than when you gut something of that size.
And some people use the guts for fucking. So
early records: the Ebers Papyrus, an ancient Egyptian medical scroll from around 1550 BC, contains descriptions that may relate to STDs. That is fucking insane. So someone's drawn in hieroglyphics trying to explain how his mate's dick's fallen off because he fucked some slag from down the next temple over. Bro, humans, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fascinating, right?
And that etching on the side of that condom, it was artistic as fuck. Like,
yeah, it was a good
drawing. It's a really good drawing. I put that photo up on the video, on the YouTube video.
That is...
How's that made? Is it...
She's sitting there with her legs open.
Yeah, she's got a gash out and she's like, come here.
Bro, we are living in a simulation, bro. None of this shit's real, bro. That is fucking...
And to see that thing on the centerpiece, it's crazy that, like, it's... Like you said, it is cheap for an artifact, but it's also crazy. Imagine going to the servo... Remember in the service stations when they used to have the vending machines?
Yeah.
And you can buy condoms from the... Imagine you'd pay $1,700 for a condom. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in that sense, it's crazy.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have cost that much back then. That's just because it's an old piece of history.
Oh, yeah, I guess. It's like anything, right?
I think that's a bargain. Because, like, look at the buzzers it's making at the museum. Like,
and it's unused. What if it was used? Would that be like opening... The
price would go down.
Would that be like... Yeah. No, the price goes up.
Yeah.
Get someone's spunk in there as well. But that's like opening one of your... collectibles, right? As soon as it's opened, it loses its value.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the Colombian president hopeful got shot at a rally, got shot in the head doing a speech? You see this shit?
He's a president?
Footage? No, he's a like a candidate for the presidency. He's running for. He's like a popular like kind of. And he was doing this video. You can full see the video. He's doing a speech like in a park, and a teenager, I think, came up and shot him in the head. And he's alive, I think.
Teenager?
He's still alive. But he got shot in the head.
Critical condition, obviously.
Bleeding from the head, and they Bunch of guys picked him up, put him in the fucking
Oh
back.
no, he's in intensive care.
Yeah,
he was shot 3 times, twice in the head at a campaign event in Bogota. Miguel Turbay, 39-year-old senator, was attacked while addressing supporters in a park on Saturday. Police arrested a 15-year-old suspect at the scene, the Attorney General's office said. His wife has come out and is asking the nation to pray for his survival. He's fighting for his life. Wow.
2 times, man. How do you not get done?
The video is gnarly. Like, it's pretty intense. But, like, and he was a right-wing dude, and the left-wing guy's in power right now, and they were just saying, like, you know, this has no place, you know, typical shit, no place in whatever, supportive. But, yeah, it's fucking pretty wild.
Is it wild in Colombia right now? Like, is Colombia like a wild country?
It's always wild, isn't it?
It's always
That's
wild,
what Pablo
right?
Escobar's
Yeah,
from.
true.
The 15-year-old suspect was shot in the leg as police and security officers pursued him after the attack.
15 years old. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he was arrested carrying a 9mm Glock.
Wow.
But why though?
Yeah, I don't know why. He must just not agree with his policy, maybe.
But then, like, what kid does have what kid at 15 years of age has any knowledge of politics enough to do that? Do you know what I mean?
Greta
It's got me.
Thunberg does.
Yeah. It's got me thinking, like, maybe someone paid him to do that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
probably.
Because, like, in those
Probably.
kind of countries, little kids, if they get thrown a lot of money, surely they'd do some
I
crazy
don't know
shit.
though, actually, because 15, Colombia, pretty easy to get a gun, first of all, and second, like Greta Thunberg is a good example. Like at 15, you think you know a lot, and he's probably just someone who's chronically online and reading and gets scared of this guy's policies and the media saying if this guy wins, this is going to happen, and then the 15-year-old kid sees that, he gets more scared, you know, and is more likely to, you know, act out, I guess.
Yeah, tragic, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That's insane. That to me fucking smells vulnerable kid, and some cartel members are going, dude, here's fucking
Could be that
here's
too.
$20,000
where
US dollars.
That's where my first thing went. But I think maybe I'm just projecting from the way they almost killed Trump, and I think that was a plant. I think that kid was a plant. So I think I just related it to that automatically, where it could be, like you said, it could be he just doesn't know what he's talking about. He lives in a shit fucking family, and he's, you know,
Who
not
knows?
brought up
You
right.
guys could be right because it is cartel country, you know. Like,
So who knows?
Well, similar topic, I guess, sort of, not really, but the US again, at the forefront of the world's entertainment. These guys are rioting now.
Oh yeah.
Trump, man, he's standing on his business, bro. But him and Elon are now beefing. Something
so
to do.
weird,
Some-
bro.
Didn't we say that would happen though? I swear we were like, I wonder if those two big personalities would clash.
Bro, well, apparently Elon Musk has come out on Twitter saying that Trump's in the Epstein files and shit like that.
These cunts are fucked, bro.
Bro, what the
So now I want to know where your guys' heads are at in terms of, because you guys are, you know, like you guys support Trump, right? Or as in, when I say support Trump, we know little about America, right? And I did not, man, that Biden thing, seeing Biden up there, I was like, bro, we need to get someone new in, right? Trump seemed like a breath of fresh air, right? But I feel like now with Elon and him beefing and Trump not really doing anything really of much. Have you heard of Trump doing anything much?
No, he's done heaps.
Has he?
He's done a lot.
Dude,
But
he's
in terms
done-
of
not necessarily
But the ICE
good.
raids, is that good, like, or bad? Like getting 7,000 Marines out to like.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that everyone's... So, again, right, a black guy uploaded this TikTok, right? And, again, he made a good point. He goes, why is everyone complaining when they're here illegally?
Yeah.
He goes, you're not supposed to be here. And now that you're getting kicked out, everyone's having a cry.
But are they just taking illegals, or is it people
Yes,
that like?
that you can't deport legal citizens.
Yeah.
It's, but the protest
issue
is
is-
about, it's a bit barbaric, they reckon, how they're doing it.
How they're getting treated, which, yes, you shouldn't be going in there with guns blazing,
Yeah.
fucking hands on the floor, and then whacking them with it. Bro, like, come on. Like, it should be a bit, in my opinion, a bit of protocols. It's like, all right, dude, we know you've been here for fucking 2 years now, no visa, yada, yada, yada. Maybe send them a fucking letter or something and say you've got 2 weeks to respond and we got to start organising something, or then we're going to send someone to come take you to the airport. But these cunts are going in, kicking doors down and shit.
Yeah,
But is
I get it.
that combating the locals in LA rioting as well? So I thought they only brought in the Marines after the fact that the locals were rioting and
No, they've brought in the Marines for the riots.
Yeah.
So the ICE raids are just the ICE department.
Yeah, yeah.
But that people are protesting because they think it's unjust. And so people were making a good point, right? You see photos and footage and they're waving Mexican flags on cars, standing on cars waving Mexican flags, and people are commenting, they're waving a different country's flag for the right to stay in a country that they would rather be in and go to jail than go back to their country that they're waving the flag of. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, but like, I get it. The barbarianism isn't good. Like, I get it. There's just ways to do it, and Trump is a bit heavy-handed with this shit. So I see both sides of the coin, but also you're rioting and looting and setting shit on fire because what? You want your cousin and your uncles to stay in a country they're not supposed to be in.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like that clip of Trump where it's I think it's from like 2016 or something, where he's like, oh, people always say to me, oh, you know, you're mean, you're not good on the illegal immigrants, illegal. He's like, I said it's illegal.
It is crazy.
It's illegal.
And again, there's ways to go about it, and there's a bit probably calmer ways to do it. But then again, as well, America don't help the situation because it's like, it's almost, bro, it's so fucked, right? It's almost like these guys are breaking the law, okay? Then you riot and complain and cause a fuss on social media and burn cars and hurt people and destroy people's shops and shit. Because when the people that are here illegally are getting moved on, so it's like, what the fuck is the protest about? Like, but I do understand that, yes, there's ways to go about it. You shouldn't be, people shouldn't be getting hurt and shit. But then again, like, the reason then that the Marines get deployed is because they start doing crazy shit and now everyone's fucking fighting amongst themselves again. Again. It's just like, it's the same old story that they love us, that they love happening, the governments and the higher ups. They love when we're all fighting amongst ourselves like this. They love it.
Yeah.
Once again, we've got that monkey brain just constantly going. We can't switch it off, apparently.
It just gets weird when they start going, okay, they want people to kind of dob on illegal immigrants. Because then you get racists that might not like the Mexican dude across the road.
Yeah.
And then because they're not doing anything with due process like they should, it's a bit heavy-handed. Like you said, there's always room for like people to just be like, hey, Jose isn't supposed to be. And maybe they do go, oh, no, he's legal, it's fine. But then maybe like, the only thing I wonder is there people, I know they're just illegals, but are there people getting caught in the crosshairs that are being dealt with a bit too harsh?
There'd have to be.
There'd have to be. But then I think Trump's thing is like, get it done. If there's some collateral, there's collateral, but at least it's the quickest way of doing it.
He's only got 4 years, so he's trying to, and there's going to be collateral, which it's unfortunate and it's not right, and there could be better ways to do it. But I always thought what was interesting about America, they don't have the asylum process that we have and a lot of other countries have, where we have a detention center.
Yeah, and they've got to hang out there.
Illegally, which I think it's not perfect, but it works. You come here illegally, you've already broken the law. Right? Okay, so we're not going to send you back, but here, you have to wait in this center, wait for your case to go through, and then they could make the centers better, make it whatever. But the way the Democrats were doing it, they would come in, they'd say, okay, you came here illegally, here's 20 grand, we're going to ship you to this state, you're free to go. And their case would not happen for 6 years, 7 years, and these guys are illegally, and they were letting them in by the fucking busload. They were literally shipping them on buses, flying them to different states, usually swing states, to vote.
So they'll vote for them.
And they were showing your ID to vote illegal. In California and Democratic states, they didn't want people to show their ID. They wouldn't let you show your ID to vote. And then the excuse they make, it's racist because some disenfranchised people can't get access to IDs and stuff. What other reason would you want people to not have an ID to vote other than you want to cheat? You want to get all these illegals in so they vote for you and you can... It makes no sense.
Would they just rely on their loyalty, or do you reckon they'd say, hey, we let you in, just remember to vote for us? Or do you reckon they'd just let them in and then they'd go, I don't know. What's old girl's name? Used to be
Kamala.
Kamala let us in, so she's on the left. Okay, we'll vote the Democrats.
That's what it's
or
like.
Do they go, here's a little deal, we'll let you in?
Don't know.
They go, because we got in under this government. If we vote this other government in, they're probably going to find out and kick us out. So they keep that loyalty to the. But that's the idea. But who knows if this shit is even accurate or real or what? This is just what I've heard and read from news. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just bizarre.
Even a famous TikToker got fucking
Who's that guy?
Cabby
Lane.
The guy, he makes funny content, and they got him.
Baron's friend
Apparently ratted him out.
He looks like such a scumbag.
He looks like a weasel.
Like a weasel, bro.
Yeah. See, that's another problem.
Weasel. That's what I was saying about telling people.
So what's the story with that guy? Because I heard.
No, but so apparently, I was watching a video. He was in America for 3 years, illegally. 3 years. He's making content. The content kind of blew up, and then apparently Barron Trump's friend. I don't know why he weaseled or snitched, but for whatever reason, he snitched on the guy, and they got him out real quick.
His excuse was no one's above the law, which is true, right? But this guy, the way he says it, bro, you should see the interview. He's such a scumbag. And he's like, and he's talking full political, like you can just tell he's just the biggest brown nose to Barron, like sucking his dick, like trying to get into politics. I don't know, man.
I don't like the snitching. I think that's a bitch move. But then this guy was in America illegally for 3 years. You're gonna get caught. You're playing with fire. If you're playing an illegal game, you have to expect that one day you're gonna get caught. You're not allowed to do that.
Apparently they gave him till the 1st of June to get out himself. But then he didn't, so then they
kicked him out.
But here's the other thing. I saw some Aussie chick apparently was making a big fuss, like she had got deported and there was something that she was in America, she got deported. You hear about this? Some Aussie influencer chick or something. But then she was making it out like, oh, they deported me. This is my story. They were so brutal. And then apparently there's more to the story and she was doing some fucked up shit or something. And like, so, you know, there's also people trying to cash in and trying to get clout for this and that. And I don't know, man. It's all just a fucking mess right now, to be honest.
Again, they are at the forefront of the world entertainment.
Some of the shit, like you see LA, like the footage of like the Marines stepping in, blah blah. You think it's in a third world country? LA kind of is. It does look like it's third world.
Yeah,
but it's crazy because it's like it's in America, but America's supposed to be. I mean, they are at the top of the world in terms of, you know, innovation and this and that, or one of the top 3, like the big powers in the world. But it's nuts because they have the most divided country in the world, probably, or one of the most divided countries in the world. And so much trouble goes on there. We don't know enough, and we're across the other side of the world. But from what I see, right, it's like they haven't got all their ducks in a row that you'd think they would. Like, you know how like there's like Switzerland and like this and that, and the economy's going good, it's clean, it's, you know, not much violence. But then it's like America, man, it's just it's got its good sides. Like
there's a lot of greed.
Yeah.
A lot of greed, I feel like, has hurt, and it's like all the media companies, the money is in attacking the other side for everything, every business, everything. And America is so focused on that capitalism gain that everyone's trying to get the most money and step on everyone else to win. And that's kind of embedded in the culture. I lost my fucking train of thought. What were you saying just before that?
About the guy getting...
it was about just America, third world country.
Third world country, LA is the Marines, the footage in LA, and they're coming in.
Well, this is pretty concerning, right? The White House increased its goal for ICE officials to try to make at least 3,000 arrests per day of immigrants.
See, and that's another thing. When you have a quota,
they're trying
quota's fucked up.
That's like the police getting you with fines, which does exist here. That's bad, man. That's what I mean. So it's going to come from... I just hope these raids, the due process, and I hope it doesn't move to like, why did we start this? They forget why they started it, because it just becomes, hey, I locked up fucking 20 illegal immigrants, and, you know, there's too many innocents getting, because even the...
I think
what's illegal? Like, what classifies illegal? Like, what do you need to do to be legal?
Cross the country illegally. Without papers, no process. You came to America by crossing the border, by jumping over the fence.
Oh, so like hopping into a festival.
So what you're worried about, those innocent people, you can't really get in trouble. You might get in some shit, but they'll find out eventually that you're legal. You'll have papers and shit. So it's pretty hard to, if you're innocent It's pretty. I mean,
I think, like you said, the visuals don't look good. The heavy-handedness,
the brutalness, and I'm sure there is some innocent people getting fucked over. But like, I feel like it's the fall of an empire, America, right now. All the shit we keep seeing, I think it's coming to an end. It's like the end of Rome, the last years of Rome. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, the last years of Rome too was bad, man. It was full of incest, civil wars. Like it was crazy times. Apparently, man. It's reported that right before the last, I think it was the last 5 years of Rome before it fell, like completely collapsed when they got fucked up by I can't even remember whose army it was that come in and
The Goths.
full ravaged the whole city. Like one of the main things of Rome. It was like a really rough, like not rough last 5 years, but it was like what you're seeing, a lot of riots and emperors only lasting like 6-7 months in because they get assassinated. Like it was bad.
Every empire lasts about 200 years. So like if America is about 200 years old. So,
So again, it's just to reiterate, right? I don't think it's good what's happening at all, right? I'm against people getting hurt and stuff like that. But then again, if you're doing something fucking illegal, man, and you get caught, are you really going to get angry and complain? Like it's like
it is pretty crazy that people just go into a country and just be like, I'm just going to set up shop here.
I just live here now.
That is crazy.
I'd be too scared to do that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the how hard would it be to get a job?
Is it because it's like they're taking the Americans' jobs? Is that what it is? Like they took our jobs.
No. Well, so from what I read on socials, and which I also, again, excuse my right-winged mind, but I agree with, it's the issue is that they come in here illegally and they're not law-abiding citizens. They're usually the dudes that are robbing the gas station, buying handguns, selling drugs, etc., etc. And then same thing, they get all their homies over, their cousins, they join the local gangs. That's kind of the main if and but. But then it's also, I feel horrible for fucking Jose fucking Menendez, who's come from fucking Mexico illegally because he's trying to escape that life, comes to here to live a good life. He gets a job as a painter, tells his boss, dude, I'm fucking like, obviously I've got no papers, no nothing. I'll paint for you for fucking $10 cheaper. And then fucking, if it was me, I'd be like, you know what, bro, fuck it. I'm going to turn a blind eye. Am I going to get in trouble then? Yeah, probably. But if I'm like, fuck, this guy's a good guy. He's coming from a rough background.
Yeah,
they're the guys I feel sorry for.
Even though they're still doing the wrong thing, and I think they should be still dealt with, not as harsh, but like they should still be kicked out, right, with due process. But I don't think those two different types of people should be treated as harshly.
No, I reckon
together.
You let Jose the painter stay. If he's got like no criminal record,
maybe a fine.
Yeah, no, just a warning. Say, dude, right?
He can't eat burritos for a year.
Yeah, no, just go get your shit sorted. Right, you've been a law-abiding citizen. You've been working. No crimes, no speeding tickets,
no Taco Bell.
No
You
nothing.
can't go to Taco Bell for a year.
Go fucking get your shit sorted. You've got fucking 4 months. Get papers. If you don't have papers within these 4 months, then you're gone.
Yeah.
But the fucking guy who's got a gun and he's selling drugs and shit, slap him across the face and get him the fuck out of here.
The reason a lot of them don't get papers is because it takes so long, though. It's years and years and years and years. These things, so they
Probably
can speed. Why
expensive
don't
as
they
well.
speed that up? And like, I feel like they could do it better. And did you see that Trump? Apparently, I saw that Trump was giving everyone $1,000, like in a bank account. If you're a citizen, you're going to get $1,000 in a special bank that's attached to the markets or something. And people were commenting. There was not one positive comment. Everyone was just hating on it. It was like he's literally just giving people $1,000, and they're still finding a way to make it bad. They're like, I don't fully understand it, but I only saw it today or yesterday that he's giving $1,000 into some investment account for every citizen or some shit.
Yeah, man, it's
I couldn't
hard.
believe it. Like if Kamala or Biden said, "We'll give every citizen $1,000," I'm sure everyone would have went, "Yeah, $1,000. How good is this?" Because Trump, they're like, "Oh, this is bad. This is going to be how. Where's this money coming? What's going on?" And
I don't know, man. Like, he's got to be up to something grander.
But what if
you
he's
just don't
not?
know what
What if
it
he's
is.
not?
No, I don't know though if it's like sinister or if it's purely
Because I
business.
need to see direction with this. Because I see the ice raids and I'm like, okay,
he's doing
sweet.
crazy shit,
But
man.
then it's like, what is, the tariffs, this, that, he's using it to just swing his dick around and then go, all right, we won't slap the 200% tariff on, but let's come to agreement. Because he's a good businessman like that.
He's keeping his promises at least, though. That's what he's trying to do. And the promises he's made are so big you have to do shit like this to make it work. It's the only way, and it's collateral. And it's like, I don't agree with everything he's doing either. Like, you know, I want to like him, and I believe what he says most of the time. But it's like, you don't know with him, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's looking older now, man. I seen a video of him recently because I hadn't seen him on socials in a little bit. Because you know, but I seen him recently, and he's looking.
He's almost 80.
Yeah,
he was the oldest president ever inaugurated.
Yeah, but he looks good for his age up until recently. Even now, he doesn't look horrible. Like he's not Biden, but I think that blood orange hair is going, and it's going a bit more of the grey,
white. Yeah.
You see him at the UFC. He was at the recent
Bro,
UFC.
he's so funny. His suit looks like a suit you wear to dress up as a businessman on Halloween. Do you know? like he wears a navy blue, but like obnoxiously navy blue. The red tie, the white, and it's always
so
that.
true.
Like I wonder what his wardrobe looks like. It's all the same suit with the same tie.
He's like a Halloween costume.
He's so funny too. So these accounts that DZ's talking about, he's calling them Trump accounts. The Trump accounts. And every baby born in America after December 31, 2024 is going to get one of these accounts. And yes, it's going to track the overall stock market. And then yes, the parents are going to be allowed to contribute money into the accounts. Yada, yada, yada. It doesn't say though if the parents are allowed to withdraw the money. I guess hopefully not. I guess that'd be the whole fucking point. And the whole point is to help, again, the American economy and the people have a bit of cash behind them. Yada,
Pretty
yada,
good
yada.
idea.
Nah, but then again, that leads to the whole thing that you've been talking about, which is a UBI, universal basic base income, which again, people rightfully so are scared of, because even though, again, I always preach, right, they've already got our information. Who gives a fuck, right? People are like, oh my God, I don't want him to fucking have my ID. They already know where you're fucking born, your blood type,
How
yada,
many
yada, yada.
shits you take a day?
But again, the second it's like they start giving us money, it's like, is that good or bad? Like,
Well, it's not very American. America likes
have
their
to.
individualism.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing of America is like they don't want handouts from the government. That's clear across the board, right?
We need our fucking handouts here in Sydney because we've officially just gone up in rank. We're now the second most expensive city in the world after Hong Kong. That's fucked, bro. And we pay so much taxes and wages aren't going up. We need a UBI first.
And COVID showed that they can give us money. Every country gave their citizens money. Like, spare something, motherfucker. Get us
God
something.
damn.
I paid $7.70 for a double shot mocha at Coffee Club, and it was probably the worst coffee I've ever had in my life. But that was on a surcharge. I hate that when they go, I understand if on a public holiday.
Surcharge for what?
It is a public holiday. They were open on public holiday, and I know they got to pay their workers more, so I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, come on, bro, you're going to charge me. So, like, you're open, you choose to open.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
made up surcharge is a made up amount.
Yeah.
Like, yep, $20 surcharge.
Yeah.
The more I see of this Trump in America stuff, it makes me think of the Simpsons episode where Lisa becomes president and she becomes president after Trump, and they're talking about how he's like, fuck the economy and everything's in the toilet, and shit like this just makes me like, it's good, it sounds good, and it's hopeful.
Saying, what's the long
But
term?
yeah, who knows if in 4 years.
Like I said, because he's doing all this crazy shit now, which kind of seems good. But like I said, he's only got 4 years, and 4 years is going to go like that. So then the next peanut that comes in,
already almost a year.
whether it's left or right, that next person is going to have a lot of shit and pressure
clean
to
up.
deal with and sort of either
Yeah.
clean up or sustain.
Surely-
And if you can't sustain it, it's going to plummet
Yeah.
hard.
Because it's like trying to renovate a house, right?
Yes.
And then you give up halfway through the renovations, or not give up, your time comes to an end, and
Yeah.
they go, next builder. And then the builder doesn't even know what the original plan was. And he's like,
exactly.
It's a good
so what do we
analogy.
do with these immigrants?
So I think
Exactly. Bring him back to finish the house.
Jose!
We're coming back, Ronald.
I don't know if America's system is better than what we have in a lot of countries. Have like the parliamentary system where our prime minister, if you like him, he can stay for as long as he wants. I think that's better. Like if the people like the person,
Let him stay, yeah.
They get a 4 to 8 year cap, and it's like a whole change of administration. It's like with example Biden to Trump. It's like this government completely disagrees with everything this government does, and they hate each other, and they have to directly follow each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like
it
you
kind
know?
of goes against progression with the country as a whole. As in,
100%.
if this parliament, right, is going to take the direction this way, the country, but then 4 years later they haven't even finished,
Yeah.
and they
And
go
then-
this
yes.
way, and then it's like
Yes.
because you got to trust that the people in your country, if they like the guy and he's been running for fucking 8 years, 10 years, you got to trust that the majority of the people aren't dickheads. So then that's the person to go with. Do you know what I'm saying?
And if you look, it works lovely across the world because then you get great leaders who have been in power for 30, 50 years, just like Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un
Has he
and
been-
Xi
how
Jinping.
long-
They're great leaders. And they've been in
Communism.
power. The people love them. The people love them. They've been in power for 50 years.
And if you don't love them, we kill you.
Yeah, I can hear the screams from fucking Russia. But how long has Putin been in power?
Like 30 years, almost 25
Really?
years. Yeah. There's photos of him young
How
with
old
like
is he?
Kim Jong-un's grandfather and shit, shaking hands.
Really?
Yeah, he's like 60 something, maybe.
Bro,
70.
he looks all right for his age. I mean, I don't know how people do look okay with all that power. I don't know how it just doesn't make you stressed and keel over early. You know what I mean? Some people just fucking probably jab them up with steroids or something. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just, at the end of the day,
you're on all the pharmaceuticals.
none of us will ever really know what goes on behind those closed
No,
doors
no.
because I reckon it would be some gnarly shit.
Yeah.
I imagine being a president of like, especially Trump. I reckon every night before he goes to bed, he'd get told by like 20 advisors, like, dude, we are fucked.
Yeah.
Our stock market's fucked. Everyone hates us. China wants their 20 trillion that we owe them. Fucking Putin again is fucking about to shoot a missile over here. These guys are fucking here. Israel and Palestine are asking for weapons, and he'd just go, and we're gonna make a Trump account. Good night.
And then he goes to the UFC the next day.
And then he goes to the US. Like, you know, I feel like you have to be a fucking different
Yeah.
breed.
I reckon he gets a woman boss to stamp on his balls at night and say, "You are fired."
Yeah, like
You
seriously.
watch the UFC?
Yeah, I watched
Oh,
it. Yeah,
man,
yeah.
that fight, man. Marab
Crazy.
is going
Marab
to be
is a
champ
beast.
forever.
Bro,
Yeah.
no one is beating
Yeah.
Marab, bro.
No,
Like
you can't beat that
he-
motherfucker, bro.
And he locked him up in a what is it? I think it was a north-south choke, and he was like strangling him around the neck, but he was like in like almost like the 69 position,
Yeah.
but not like that. And he grabbed his neck, and he wasn't even full under, and he just cinches it up. And
He
that
said
was
he's like, I don't even know what it was. Like, you're like, what kind of choke?
I don't know what it's called.
yeah, because he just grabbed it, man. But yeah, I love watching
That's
the UFC,
hilarious.
bro.
He had him over the shoulder and like
Yeah.
carrying him around, fucking like he's a
He's a
gun,
beast.
bro.
No one's beating him, man.
So I lost my multi on Gastelum. I don't know why I did Gastelum.
Why'd you do Gastelum,
I don't know.
Oh,
After I
gosh.
realized, I'm like, I shouldn't. Like the other guy was so much taller,
Yeah.
stronger, younger.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gastelum maybe 5 years ago, and I'll tell you what's crazy. He's only 33, but in fighting years, he's like 40.
Yeah, goes quick.
Because
Yeah.
he
It's like
started.
dog years.
He started young.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I did Marab, I did the chick who won, and I did fucking some other cunt. But Gastelum fucked it. I had 4 of them.
spewing.
I always lose UFC
Yeah,
by
you do,
one.
yeah.
One. It's always one that fucks me.
I could have told you that Kelvin Gastelum
I
was going to
know,
flop,
I
but the
know.
rest, yeah, I picked Kayla Harrison,
She's a gun, man.
Oh,
She
she's
got arms
beast.
on her,
Yeah,
bro.
she's
She's like a
huge.
fucking dude.
and she's not on steroids. It's insane.
Yeah, crazy.
PSA announcement for all of you that are still on the dating market. Your height is about to matter a whole lot more on Tinder starting now. Because also this week, the dating app has just quietly tried testing a new feature where users can filter their searches by height. Someone posted a screenshot on Reddit showing the new feature, height toggle, in discovery settings, which allows users to specify the height that they want for their potential matches.
What about weight?
Not weight.
So,
Not
yeah,
weight.
well,
I'm surprised like dick length and dick size hasn't been into the question. But that there's a top comment as well. The top comment on that thread was, it's the only way they're going to get women to pay for their service too. But they did put a little disclaimer out saying, don't worry, it's not so that women can filter out shorter men. But I beg to differ because...
Yeah, what else are they going to do with it?
Yeah, because like I feel like it's such a thing, right? And even across the board, even I can appreciate a tall dude. If I see a tall guy, I'm like, oh, true. The only difference is when I see a tall guy and when a girl does, I don't want to suck his dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know... Even when me and Tori are out and we see a tall guy and the guy's good looking, I just hear the gushes that are coming from Tori's undercarriage. Just, no, I'm joking.
Yeah, well, are we getting all...
No, but really, like I'm like, we're looking at this tall, dark, handsome man, and I'm like, fuck, and I just feel so inferior because I'm like, I'm 5'11", but I say I'm 6 foot, right? But I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, man, I do. What is it about being tall that you're like?
See, I'm the opposite. I just see goofy.
Yeah.
When I see, but it's because I'm also 4'11". But when I see like a tall ass dude, all I hear is like tick 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 tick. I'm like, oh
Do you know the,
my,
you know the
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that blows
yeah.
up at the car place?
I don't like if I was a girl. I don't think I'd find that attractive. But I don't know. I don't have a pussy.
I don't know.
I don't
man.
know. I don't know.
I mean, I have a dick and I can appreciate a tall dude, but I just wonder what it is. Is it because it's just the domineering, the big... Like, what do you reckon it is, DC?
It's because their brains straight go, fuck, he must have a long schlong.
I don't
That
think-
has to be
I
it.
don't know if
It doesn't.
it's that.
It's not always the case.
Has to
think
be.
It's, I think it's just caveman, like you said. It's just women want a big protector.
Yeah.
Big equals strong.
Yeah.
You can go hunt so many elk and bring it back for the tribe and shit. That's what it all comes down to. That
That is
tribal
very
shit,
true.
man.
That
That's
is
all it's
Except
about.
nowadays, you can just order Uber Eats.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's so
Yeah.
tall he can reach the Uber Eats from over there.
It's reptile brain. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like women have it too, men and women. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
driven by.
women who act like they don't have it, but yous do. We're all the same. Us humans.
Like we get it all the time because I'm so tall. And when Rose and I are walking, like she always notice like all these girls looking at me, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like it's hard being tall. Like,
I tell you what,
what are you
but
laughing at?
This guy needs stilts when he's out.
yeah. I have copped when I was out. Like, it always happens when I'm around shorter people and there's no one taller than me. But someone will be like, "Oh yeah, like blah blah blah, like he was tall like you," and I'll go, and I know that I'm not deserving of that, but I just go.
I'm like,
I'll
yeah.
take it.
I'll take it, right? But then there's always someone out there that's taller, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But-
Tinder has introduced a new feature for its, of course, premium subscribers that allows them to indicate a preferred height range for potential matches.
The only way to get women now, because it's only on the premium, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it probably is only the way women will buy it.
I reckon because how many guys that are like 5
Why else
foot,
would women want it?
yeah, like do you know how many people that would catfish women not with their looks because necessarily it's not about you could be a short king but you have like tall king energy. You know what I mean? It's not always about the height. It's about the confidence. And if you are short, just rock it. If you own it, if you're wearing platforms, right, and you're a 5'6" man, but you're wearing platforms and you're trying to be taller because you really want to be taller, and you make it known that you're a bit insecure about that fact, I think girls
makes it worse.
yeah, their pussies will just dry up.
Makes it very
But
worse.
if you're just confident, you're funny, or you just love it, or you just you own it, like you make jokes, you crack jokes, whatever. I think that beats anything. But how many short guys and incels would just go, I'm actually 6 foot or 6'2", and they rock up, and the girl's 5'10" and he's 5'8", and then she's like, oh,
I think the less you mention it, I said this about you. I used to say this about you. I said to Rose a while back. I'm like, I never noticed that Iggy wasn't that tall. I never noticed Iggy was short. Like, because you
'cause
never
I don't
mention
act
it.
it,
You
yeah.
never acted.
But I am short.
But that's the thing. If you went around going, oh my God, I wish I had height,
Yeah.
it'd be like, Chloe wouldn't marry you. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're confident, like you're this and that, you flex your arms like that. See, guys, short kings, just get your arms out,
man.
right? When time of doubt.
Yeah, and just fucking, pump it. I'm going to go to a bit of a more morbid one. This is very sad.
Nice.
11 dead. 11 dead at Austrian school. But it wasn't a school shooter like a kid. Apparently, it was an ex-pupil, a grown-ass man, went on a killing spree at the school. And then he shoots himself in the bathroom.
That's so sad.
That guy, yeah, that's
What a
insane.
piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seriously.
I'm jumping to conclusions here, but my first thing is he got stood up at the prom or something, if they call it prom there, or he got bullied, he got heaps bullied.
What, 10 years ago, he's an ex-pupil. He's left school and he's come back.
Yeah, and he's obviously
stewing on it.
Obviously, he was mentally ill.
Yeah, he was 21.
Bro, if you're going to kill yourself after, why do you have to kill other people, bro? You're going to be dead anyway. Why you got to do that shit? Just kill yourself.
Yeah, crazy, eh?
I'm
just thinking he's just projecting his past insecurities and shit onto people that don't even know what happened to him. Like these are students that didn't even wasn't in his grade. You know,
This shit breaks my heart, man.
Yeah, no, they can't. There's no motive, no nothing. But
They'll never get one because he's dead.
Yeah,
Very
well,
sad.
I mean, you probably should have said that before my fact.
Yeah, we take you on a roller coaster here, FireCast. Like,
How tall was he?
yeah, he was his Tinder height didn't work.
Hey, he's 5'6". I'm like, oh, that's all right. Good riddance. No, I'm joking.
Fuck. No, that's fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Also, local zebra has been returned to its owner in Texas, I think.
Oh my god! Of course, Texas.
And it's so funny because the zebra got taken back home by a helicopter.
Helicopter.
So the zebra's just hanging through
that's hectic.
I don't think it was Texas. I think it was
Like similar to Texas, Tennessee, or
Arizona.
Tennessee, yes.
Oh, okay.
So why the fuck do you have a pet zebra in Tennessee? What the fuck? Apparently he was gone. They were trying to find him for a week. He was gone for a week.
that was the best week of his life.
His name is Ed the Zebra. He's trying to get back to Madagascar. This guy.
Where's the lion, the hippo, and the giraffe?
So what? Is there no laws with what you can have as pets, like in certain countries?
I think in some states, I think Texas being one of them, you can still like have whatever the fuck you want.
Really?
I think. I don't know.
There's more lions in captivity in Texas than in the whole of the fucking world.
That's
the wild.
crazy, man.
Wild. So, America's definitely... but some states are different, though. I don't think in California you can even have fucking anything. Shit like that.
Yeah.
So the US still allows legal ownership of many exotic animals. But the regulations vary by state. While there is no federal law regulating all exotic pet ownership, some species are restricted due to conservation concerns. No shit. Like, no fucking shit. Yeah. Seriously. That country is fucked.
That's what I mean. It's like
they are actually fucked.
They're cracking down on immigrants, fair enough. But then you can own a lion. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, man.
Like these guys just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They've literally...
Freedom.
Because you know what their problem is from the Western... Again, do some research. That like the USA during the Western times, like the Native Americans versus cowboys, etc., etc. That era is so interesting because it was ruthless. Like these guys they were literally, everyone was doing what they want. And then as the countries progressed into more modern times, each state essentially, the reason why each state you can basically has its own laws and shit is because none of them wanted to like surrender as one country. They all wanted to basically stay individual. They were all no one wanted to go, fuck it, whatever. Let's just let these motherfuckers do whatever. It's like, no, we're going to stay like this. And if we want to have a pet lion, we want to fuck a pet lion. And then the next state over was like, fuck the lions, but you can have a pet zebra. We want to keep a zebra. And then it just progresses.
And it's the United States. That's pretty ironic. Yeah. It's like the divided states.
Literally, that should be the divided states.
That's how you get them crazy Netflix documentaries like fucking chimp fucking crazy and shit. And the monkeys are ripping the fucking lady's fingers off and shit. And
man.
Baby monkey, I've had him since birth. It grows up and fucking bites her face off and shit.
So at least some entertainment comes out of it. We get Tiger King.
Tiger King too.
Yeah, Tiger King was great, yeah.
He's asking for a pardon.
You know what, America? Don't change, all right? Because what would we do without you? What would we do without you?
Honestly, we'd be pretty bored.
Yeah.
Half our topics stem from some fucking idiot in America doing something stupid.
It's all America.
Like, come on, man. Seriously. If you're listening to this and you're American, help us out here. Is it funny? Are you sick of it? Do you want to move? Do you love it there? I'm sure thereuld be people that love it there.
Oh,
They're like, fuck yeah, I got a fucking zebra and I got 2 guns and I got a Mexican paint in my house.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if you're doing okay financially and you're white and you're probably laughing, you know what I mean? But 100%. The thing is, if you're middle class, it's a rough go. You know,
if your
it is
skin color's a couple shades on the dark side, no good for you, my brother.
No.
Like, they're fucked.
Yeah,
absolutely fucked.
Oh well.
What else do I got?
I think that might be my last one, actually. Oh yeah, I had the condom thing too.
What do you got, Joe? What's going on?
That's it.
That's it for me, man. That might be it.
That's it for me too, man.
We'll wrap up there then, guys.
Another episode in the...
Actually, I'll mention one thing vault. I thought was interesting. The whole Elon Musk and Trump thing. Did you notice, right? Like a day before they had the big falling out, Elon Musk had a black eye. And they asked him, how'd you get a black eye? And he's like, I let my son punch me in the face. Some stupid excuse. And then like the next day... he starts going at Trump and going, have you heard of the Black Eye Club? Search up the Black Eye Club real quick. It's like an Illuminati thing where it's like a ritual or whatever. And there's pictures of all these celebrities and shit. They come out with black eyes, right? And they all have black eyes. It's super weird. So it's like he's been compromised. He's got the black eye to show that he's been compromised. And as soon as that happens, the next day he's going at Trump and going against him and saying all this crazy shit.
So they're thinking
kind of weird.
They're thinking that he's joined Illuminati.
Like he's being corrupted by Zeus, and that black eye is like his fucking ritual kind of. It is weird. I thought the timing was weird. The excuse for why he had a black eye was weird. Very strange. I don't know.
Because it is hard. You can't say I fell on a doorknob. You can't say, like, when you have a black eye, someone punched you in the face.
He said he let his son punch him in the face.
But that's what I mean.
Like, but why would you?
Yeah. So I reckon he said that because what else are you going to say? Someone punched him.
Yeah, well, the conspiracy, yeah, I remember this, yeah. Orlando Brown used to talk about it all the time. It's when apparently there's some speculate that black eye is a side effect of taking adrenochrome, which obviously, as we all know, is like baby's blood and shit like that, which is insane. I swear Orlando Brown was going on about that. The reason the black eyes is because it's when, like, it's got to do when, like, they're fucking, like, raping each other and shit, and like you get so traumatized.
Oh, the kids are terrified. They get the panda eyes.
Panda eyes. Yeah,
That's another thing. I think the Black Eye Club. It's like a humiliation ritual thing, and they show that to show that you're
in the club.
Yeah, they come out with a black eye. Yeah. There's a lot of celebrities in weird times and weird situations to have, and especially if you're a celebrity and makeup's so prominent. You'd think you'd just cover a black eye with some makeup, but for some reason all these celebrities have black eyes at weird times. Super weird, but it's just weird that the next day they start doing all this shit. So.
Orlando Brown is pretty cracked out though. Like everything he says,
motherfucker.
Yeah, everything he says, I'm like, oh man, if you didn't look like a crack addict, I'd be like, I feel like it'd be more reputable. But then again, I feel like if anything, he's been through the ringer more than anyone probably. Him and Justin Bieber and fucking
they got the intel.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So apparently, they had a falling out over some type of bill that Trump passed, and Elon Musk thinks apparently it's like that bill's an abomination. I think it had something to do with the American debt ceiling. I'm not going to get into it right now because it's probably another rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot in the bill.
It's about the spending or whatever.
Something to do with spending.
It also had that AI thing in it too. So I hate how they do this. They make these bills. And instead of just the bill on one topic, the bill's got a million things in it, and it's impossible to read the whole thing. Yeah. And then they pass it quickly, and people don't even know what the fuck they're passing because it's got all these little fucking,
Interesting, man. Yeah. Well, guys, that'll do us, man. We are back, full panel. The Thunder God, wish him your happy Wells. In the comments or something.
Wells.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was trying to say just there. Wish him good. He's back. In the comments, DMs, all that good stuff, guys. I'm hoping to convert this to full AI integrations by next week. So we're going to be free fluffy animals in here talking, but we'll see what happens, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Let's go.